What we have today is a long-distance dedication and also a thank you to Dee Dee and an apology to her friends and an explanation to the Facebook community as to what's been going on. Let me cue some music. If it cues, will it cue? There we go. Now hopefully, this time, in my last track, the music was louder than me and that was stupid. I wrote this on November the 11th, 2010, and it's basically like, hey, this is what's been going on, and then I recorded it, but it was super angry because I was still really mad about a lot of shit. Mostly what I was mad about was the way in which I sort of got hijacked. My brain got hijacked for about 2 months while I was practicing a really intense meditation. I'm going to talk about that so that people know what's going on. So this is scripted, so I'm just going to read this, and then we're going to end it with a long-distance dedication. This is a long-distance dedication to Dee Dee Clohessy, and an apology and explanation to our friends in the Facebook community. Since the beginning of July, I've been practicing a Tibetan Buddhist tantric ritual meditation called Vajrasattva for Opponent Powers. Ardent followers of my Facebook page, and there aren't that many anymore because most people have defriended, may note that it was about 6 weeks after I started doing that, say around mid-August or so, when my online presence became more increasingly vitriolic. At this point, I interpret this sudden violence in communication to be due to the fact that by using the practice, I was in the process of experiencing a purification and ego death, and that through Facebook, I attempted to maintain some kind of control over the fact that an old Gregory Plessra was in fact dying and fast. I have changed. A lot of things have changed about who I am and how I operate, but you couldn't tell it on Facebook because I was still trying to maintain control. That's the best way I can put it. In the middle of September, I experienced a full-blown psychic break from reality in what friends who are also Gnostic scholars that I know have called a Kundalini awakening. Simply put, I was awake for 9 straight days, and for those of you who've seen the memo that went out on September the 20th, you'll know this experience was not trivial and truly does blow any LSD you've ever done out of the water. Now, integrating that experience and becoming a normal person again has proven to be a very difficult task. And online, I have continued to veer between dropping thoughtful bon mots about Buddhism and chasing after people for their posts and comments like a screeching banshee from the depths of hell, to the point where my team took away my Facebook keys last week for a little while because I was too out of control. Am I responsible for all the statements I made in the course of that meditation cycle madness? Yes, of course I am. And I have tried my level best to apologize to Dee Dee Clohessy, and she is so fabulous, fantastic, caring, understanding, and believes in me and us so much that she has seen past everything that happened and is still my friend and is still wants to marry me. Try to wrap your head around this. Look up Kundalini Awakening on Wikipedia and ask yourself this question. If I were to experience these symptoms all alone on a Thai beach, in a foreign country, alone, would I necessarily be any less of an asshole than Gregory Plessra has been for the last few months on Facebook? I would gander to say the answer is no. You would have been just as weird as I was. Judge away, defriend and block, but don't. I love everyone who's ever been my friend, and I don't want anyone to defriend and block anymore. I've been in the process of apologizing to certain key people that I was particularly nasty to. At the very beginning, my intention was to write a live book on Facebook, status report by status report, on the unfolding experience of going to India to learn more about yoga and meditation as antidotes to the mental illness that has plagued me since the age of 24. And I think I did a damn good job with all of that until I ran into what hardcore Buddhism really looks like. Bottom line, neuroplasticity can be achieved, but again, there's a reason people do this stuff in monasteries. The most important thing that I can say is that really this is all about Dee Dee Clohessy at this point. Stumbling towards enlightenment is over. I was taken and shown the edge of samsara, but that's something that I'll have to figure out later because that project's over for now. I'm sure it's ongoing in its own special way, but The real story of my life right now is Love Story of the Century, and Didi Clohesi is my better half. We met online in April. She was my online emotional and technical support from that point forward. How we met was just completely absurd. We met on Facebook. She wrote something called Facebook Status Reports I Hate, and then she listened to me read a really beautiful document for her online that at some point I will release, probably as a video, about how I feel about my gender and my sexuality. And she was very open and receptive to it. She was the first person that read it, that heard it read, and that was the beginning of our bonding experience. And I can't even tell you how much I love this girl. The other day she asked me if I really loved her, and I hemmed and hawed. And you know, Didi, it's hard to say you love someone when you don't know who you are anymore. And at that point, I still wasn't sure. But Didi Clohesi has never forgotten who I am to her and who I really am in real life and in my heart. And she is marked by the reality of never having met me before, and yet she is the best and most loyal friend I've ever had in my whole life. If the project was what is a friend, you're the best friend ever. And I still want to marry you, and I'm still so happy that you want to marry me after everything that happened. Of course I love you, Didi Clohesi, and if love is a choice, I have no choice but to love you forever if you'll have me. For Didi Clohesi, the other half of the greatest love story of the century, I have to sing this song again because it's my song for Didi. It's our song. And it really says everything that I need to say about what we're doing, I think. I just can't believe what a great song it is and how much it means us. I'm just going to play it. I'm just going to sing it. She knows what it is. It's our song. Diamond Sea by Sonic Youth. One of the greatest pop songs ever made. And it's for Didi, and it's for us. And I love her so much. And please, everyone, please accept my apology as she has, because it's really been something else and more than you can possibly know. Time takes its crazy toll, and how does your mirror grow? You better watch yourself when you jump into it, 'cause the mirror's gonna steal your soul. I wonder how it came to be, my friend, that someone just like you has come again. You'll never, never know how close you came until you fall in love with the diamond rain. Throw all his trash away. Look how he's here to stay. Your mirror's gonna crack when he breaks into it, and you'll never, never be the same. Look into his eyes and you can see, while all the little kids are dressed in dreams. I wonder how he's gonna make it back when he sees that you know it's just make-believe. Blood crystallized to sand, and now I hope you understand. You reflected into his looking glass soul, now the mirror is your only friend. Look into his eyes and you will see that men are not alone on the diamond sea. Sail into the heart of the lonely storm and tell her that you'll love her eternally. Time takes its crazy toll, mirror falling off the wall. You better look out for the looking glass girl, 'cause she's gonna take you for a fall. Look into his eyes and you will see, while everything is quiet and nothing's free. I wonder how he's gonna make her smile when love is running wild on the diamond sea. In Thailand, D means good. Didi Clohesi is good, good. I love you so much. Thank you so much, Judy. Thank you.